One of our theme gardens last year was a group of plants in the Malvaceae, or the hibiscus family. One of the plants we had in that garden that I would like to tell you a little bit more about today is the Turk's cap. And we've got it right here with beautiful red flowers. Now, this plant is sometimes known as the sleepy mallow. And if you look closely at the flowers, you can see that the staminal tube, that little characteristic hibiscus family feature, extends well above the petals. And those petals never completely unfurl. You can see they stay kind of curled up around the central part of the flower. And for that reason, the plant is sometimes known as the sleepy mallow. Now, these plants are listed hardy, winter hardy, only to zone 8. But yet, we've had this plant here in our garden for at least 7 years. We planted it here several years ago, and it's done quite well. You can see that it comes back very strong every year. Now, in its native areas along the Gulf Coast and Mexico, it actually can grow into a shrub, but here we pretty much treat it like a woody perennial. That is, it dies back to the ground, and we cut the stems off in the spring before it starts to grow. It is drought tolerant once it's established, and they grow very well in acidic as well as alkaline soils. And another really neat thing about the plant is that they do equally well in full sun or in full shade. We've got quite a bit of shade that we're growing this plant in here underneath the pecan tree. Now, one interesting thing about the plant, when it's grown in the shade, the leaves are very smooth. They're very flat and smooth. But out in the sun, if you look at some of these leaves that are maybe getting a little bit more sun, they're a little bit more crinkly or cupped. And it's not really a good example, but if the plant were out in the full sun, the leaves would really be a lot crinkly and sort of cupped underneath. And we've grown this plant out in full sun before, and it does take on that characteristic. A lot of people actually like the way the plant looks in the shade as opposed to the full sun. But whether it's in the shade or in the sun, the plant will still give us these beautiful flowers. The Turk's cap is not all that common, but still well worth having in the garden for the beautiful flowers and for the fact that these bright red blooms are magnets for hummingbirds. The Turk's cap, or sleepy mallow, plant you might try in your garden.